What is up, guys? Welcome back to Motorhead YouTube channel. So as you guys know, we did paint V-Tune's M2 parts, and today we're actually going to paint the entire car, which is super exciting. And we want to go ahead and put this front bumper on. I want to see how it matches to the fender, and if it matches really nice, we're not going to blend the fender or the quarter, and so we're going to get this thing off and get in there. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Everything, this bumper was pretty hard because it is very intricate, has a lot of body lines and little small areas. I made a run somewhere, but I'm not gonna tell Ben. Hopefully he don't find it and I don't have to buff it, but we're gonna go ahead and get this bumper on and see how it matches. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing into the booth and get it taped up and cleaned and start spraying. All right, car's in here. We're gonna start taping. I'm gonna start with this door and I'm gonna show you guys how to do your edges and whatnot. And we'll kind of go over the process of taping up the car. All right, so we got this jam taped off. I got a soft edge, and this is going to allow paint to blow past it and it's not gonna have a hard line. I also threw some paper here, that way there will be no overspray inside the jam. And we're gonna repeat the process here and make the paper wrap around it. That way when this door shuts, we don't have to worry about any overspray getting anywhere. So let's go ahead and do this door and then we'll move forward. I'm gonna soft edge this entire thing right here. And then also I have some special tape for this right here that I like to show you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and do this door real quick. And once we get the door done, we'll do the pillar and this window. That way this will be done. We're gonna do all this with paper. It's just easier. And then we'll do the entire car with plastic. All right, so we got soft edge here. There is a seal here, so we're just gonna let the paint blow behind there a little bit, and then the seal goes here. And now we're gonna do this, and I use this right here. This is really nice stuff. So this plastic part actually bends behind the seal, and then you tape it down. So I'm gonna do it real quick and show you how it is. Super nice stuff, and it's gonna allow the paint to get behind there, and there's not gonna be a hard edge. Even though there is a molding here, we still wanna do that. So I'm gonna tape it and show you guys how it looks. And now we got it all taped off, and as you can see, that tape actually peeled the rubber back and gave us a little bit of a gap there. So that is good. Even though the molding still goes on top of it, we wanted to do that, so we're all good there. This is all done. We're gonna tape that little corner and this corner and shut this door, and then we're gonna go ahead and start getting it ready for plastic. Ben already back taped everything else. I think the only thing that's left is the trunk, the roof, and that, and he did the whole front end, and it looks really good. We also did paper in here, so we back taped it, and then we threw paper back that way no overspray can escape into the engine bay. It's really easy to do with paper because it helps trap all the overspray. So we're gonna keep going and finish this up and get it in plastic sheeting. All right, guys, so we got the M2 taped up very nicely. Key is prep work, guys. As you can see, if you look at this hood, you won't see shiny spots. Same with the fender, the door, the quarter. We took our time, sanded everything, went over it a couple of times, and did everything super nicely. And then as far as tape work, if you're gonna tape up your car, make sure you do it real carefully. And then same with the tape really helps to make sure that, I mean, not the tape, the paper really makes sure that you don't get any overspray where you don't need it. And actually there's a shiny spot right here. We need to sand that out before we do anything. We are going to be sealing this car, so we're going to sand that spot right there before we clean it, and then we'll clean it, seal all this body work and these parts, and then we'll go ahead and start painting this thing. And I'm really excited to see how this thing turns out. I can't wait to start slicking it in and making this hood look like glass, just like that. But we're gonna go ahead and get this car nice and clean and then start spraying it. All right, guys, so we got some paint laid down, and what we're gonna do right now, since it's super dry, is we're gonna go through, make sure there's no imperfections. For instance, you can see right here, there's a piece of trash, and right there. So we're gonna get a 1000, very, very lightly sand that out, and we're gonna go over the entire car, make sure there's absolutely no trash. And once we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and start doing the final coats and start blending. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some mixing, well actually I already have it. It's right here, it's some mixing clear, and you add it to your base coat and it's actually see-through. And I'm gonna hit this entire hood that we're blending with the mixing clear. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna let the paint burn into the edge. So when we're blending, for instance, and you got wet paint going here and dry here, you're gonna have like a little rough surface here. And Ben actually sanded it all out, and now that we're ready to blend it, we're gonna wet bed this entire thing. We're gonna throw some paint here, and we're gonna throw some paint here, and we're gonna throw paint everywhere. And then we'll be ready for clear. And I'm super excited because this job is turning out really nice, and we're gonna slick this thing in, so stay tuned. Well, all right, guys, looks like the car turned out awesome. And a lot of people were commenting in the last video about me needing to protect my skin and stuff. I was wearing a paint suit, I don't know why, but today I did listen. I put the full face mask on, and it was honestly a lot better to paint with that. And unfortunately, guys, I do have some bad news. So on the M2 bumper, I made a little bit of a mistake, and we got a dry edge here and no paint here whatsoever. You know me, I'm gonna be transparent and show mistakes, and that's definitely not good. So I'm gonna redo this entire bumper. It's gonna be Monday. We're gonna let it cure over tomorrow, and then
yeah, that should be good to go. And another thing on this bumper is kind of weird because this is a factory bumper, but there's like something weird going on here. It's like a line that goes through there. So I guess it'd be good to go ahead and just sand it out, block it out a little bit.
I noticed that too on both sides.
And then like right here, it's weird because like this is a factory bumper, but it looks like there's like a dent right there or a divot, which is kind of weird for a brand new bumper from the dealership. I guess you got to do a lot of work on them.
Yeah, but it's okay. We'll get it looking right. We have a lot of paint left over. I think definitely enough since this is already covered. We're going to sand it out really nicely Monday after work, and I'll get this thing painted. Tuesday, Ben can come and put this thing back together, drive it back to his shop, and he's going to be rolling. This thing's going to look good, dude. That's an awesome car. And he did an awesome job on that quarter panel, guys. So as you can see, I'm going to put right now how destroyed it was. So as you can see, he did a crazy amount of work on that quarter, and it definitely turned out awesome. So I'll see you guys Monday because I'm tired. We were painting all last night, went to bed late, and now we're just painting all day today. So I'm glad with the results, and I'll see you Monday. All right, so it's Monday morning. We got the car in here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it outside and get it back together. Just get all the parts on it. That way they're not sitting over there and they could potentially get damaged. All right, guys, so I got the car out in the sun, and man, it looks so slick, but unfortunately I ruined it, and it's very unfortunate. But I did make a couple of mistakes. For one, this bumper, I missed the spots as I said, but I also noticed there's not enough paint here and it does not match, and you can kind of even see the white bleeding through in some areas. Super unfortunate, but the bumper we already planned on repainting to begin with. The hood and fender look amazing, and I'm really happy because it looks super slick. And then you come to the door and the quarter, and unfortunately right here there's just not enough paint and it's really light, and I do not like that at all. I want this car to be perfect, and I'm gonna be 100% transparent and show my mistakes. So it does suck that I ruined it, and we were running out of toners and we were trying to get it all covered, and I guess down here the car is super low and it just wasn't spraying enough, and that really sucks because it's on this bottom edge and can't really pick it up on camera. Even in person, honestly, it's not crazy noticeable, but I notice it and I don't like it. I'm sure Ben probably wouldn't like it either, but you'd really have to know what you're looking at to see it, because as you can see, it's not noticeable. But on the quarter panel right here, it's really bad. As you can see right there, that is the sealer line and original paint. So yeah, I'm gonna have to repaint this and this. Very unfortunate. The car turned out super slick and nice, but also at the same time, that's not acceptable on a car this nice. So I'm gonna repaint it, and probably not in this video, maybe make another one, we'll see. As you can see, it sucks, man. I'm so bummed out about it because the car turned out so slick. I mean, you look down it looks nice, man. I was gonna paint this with my DV1 because I didn't want to use my SATA because I'm not comfortable with it, but man, once I got that thing figured out, it was just laying it down. So there's good and bad from this. I really do like how everything turned out. No tape lines anywhere. Same through here. Well, that's very hard to open, but we soft edged everything. Everything looks super nice. Right here, I used the tape and it picked this seal up. So as you can see, there's not a single tape line anywhere. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to redo that again, but it's okay because we did it right the first time. So there's not gonna be paint buildup, so we can redo it again. Plus, there's only gonna be clear going up here. I'm just gonna dust the bottom and redo it. So that sucks. The rear bumper looks good. Some water did shoot out here. I'm gonna try and buff this before I repaint it, and if it doesn't come out, I'll just repaint the rear bumper too. Like I said, it sucks, but it happens. You know, it's the name of the game, painting cars, and we could honestly send it and no one would ever notice, but I like to do it right. So we're gonna have to definitely redo this thing. All right, guys, so I actually decided I'm gonna let this car sit out in the sun, let it cure real nice before we throw more paint on it, and we're gonna let it cure, repaint those couple parts. It does suck, it's very unfortunate, but at the end of the day, things happen, especially when you're not painting every single day. You know, I do body work, I'm not a painter. So It's okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll get this fixed and get it perfect because I do want it to look super nice. It's a very nice car and I want it to turn out awesome. So thank you guys for sticking along and watching the video. If you would like to keep seeing these videos, be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss out on the repaint on this thing. And you can follow us on Instagram at motorhead.co. I drop a lot of this stuff before the video, so if you want to see it, I'll link it down below. Thanks for all the love and support, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.